We start off the show by passing on our condolences to Aaron Gordon and the entire Gordon family, as Drew Gordon, older brother of Nuggets forward Aaron Gordon, has died at the age of 33 from a car accident. Welcome into your Denver Sports Daily for May 31st. Let's go.
Taking you through your morning headlines, it's Denver Sports Daily with Rachel Vigil.
Here's the latest information that we have regarding this tragic passing. Drew Gordon played 9 games for the Philadelphia 76ers during the 2014-15 season and has played professionally in other capacities in the U.S. and overseas since his final season at New Mexico in 2012. Gordon played at UCLA from 2008 to 2010 before finishing his college career at New Mexico from 2010 to 2012. According to ESPN's Mark J. Spears, the car accident took place in Portland, Oregon, which was confirmed by Drew's agent. Drew is survived by his wife, Angela, and 3 children. The Denver Nuggets posted a photo yesterday out on social media, essentially wishing or sending their condolences. Of course, saying the Denver Nuggets organization is devastated to learn about the tragic passing of Drew Gordon. Drew was far too young to leave this world, but his legacy will forever live on through his 3 beautiful children and all of his loved ones. Our hearts are with Aaron and the Gordon family during this extremely difficult time. We'll move on to the NFL now because Audric Estime spent Thursday watching the Broncos OTA practice from the sideline, and there was a good reason why. The 5th-round pick underwent a recent knee surgery that involved a platelet-rich plasma injection. He will miss the rest of OTAs, but is expected to be just fine for training camp. Broncos coach Sean Payton said, "We did a small scope procedure just to make sure everything is clean," and it is. Take a listen.
And I'll just be honest with Audric. So we went ahead, had a PRP. We did a small scope procedure just to make sure everything's clean. It is. He'll be available to start a training camp. So we won't see him working through the rest of these OTAs. But on the conservative side, he's going to be just fine. It was all good news. And you know, he'll stay in rehab, but he'll be full go at the start of training camp. It's a knee. Yeah, it's a knee.
Sean Payton was extremely talkative yesterday after the Broncos' second week of OTAs, second day that media was able to be out there. And you could tell that this was very much a procedure that they just wanted to make sure. That way he can be good to go for the season. Rather do it now when you're missing voluntary work than doing it when you're missing actual practice or training camp. So definitely seems like it was the right move over there for the Broncos, but just a small scope, so nothing too crazy. And of course, great to see him out there on the sidelines, even just hanging out with the team. Now, the Chicago Bears have announced they will be this year's subject of Hard Knocks. The long-running HBO series will follow the Bears through training camp and the preseason. It was obviously an eventful offseason for the Bears, who drafted quarterback Caleb Williams with the #1 overall pick and added big-name free agents like wide receiver Keenan Allen. The first episode will air on August 6th. There was possible potential that the Broncos could be in this because they have not been on a season of Hard Knocks, but this honestly comes as no surprise that the Bears would be picked because, of course, Caleb Williams. Everybody was talking about Caleb Williams. When you have the #1 pick in the NFL draft, comes as no surprise, like I said. And Keenan Allen, I'm also going to be interested to see that relationship and kind of just how things are behind the scenes. Will definitely be an interesting season for sure. Now, going over to Miami, it looks like Jaden Waddle is sticking around. The wide receiver has reportedly signed a huge extension with the Miami Dolphins that will make him one of the highest paid players in the NFL. According to ESPN's Adam Schefter, Waddle has signed a 3-year extension worth $84.75 million with $76 million guaranteed. Waddle has been with the Miami Dolphins since 2021. So a massive extension for sure. And the guaranteed money, wow, he must be doing some good work down there with the Dolphins. Remember yesterday we talked about Chiefs defensive tackle Isaiah Buggs. He has been charged with animal cruelty over an alleged incident in Tuscaloosa, Alabama earlier this year. According to reports, police seized 2 pit bulls and a Rottweiler mix that were being kept in a cage and screened in porch with no food or water. Police say the dogs were malnourished, emancipated, and neglected, and were told by a neighbor that they had been abandoned for at least 10 days. Buggs is listed as the owner of the property, and he turned himself in to police on Thursday. He is also facing charges for an arrest in April where police say he shoved an officer and pointed a gun at a woman. Buggs has played 5 NFL seasons with the Steelers and Lions and joined the Chiefs practice squad last year. The Rocky Mountain Showdown was the 7th most watched college football game in the nation last fall, and there should be fireworks again in 2024. This fall, the series shifts from Boulder to Fort Collins, with the Buffaloes visiting the Rams up north for the first time since 1996. I cannot wait for this game. The Rocky Mountain Showdown was so much fun. Our producer, Trey, behind the scenes, is literally going like this because we are both obviously Rams. It's going to be so much fun. It's going to be a great day. The game will kick off at 5:30 on September 14th and will be broadcast on CBS Live from Canvas Stadium. I can't wait. First of all, love the 5:30 time slot. Hopefully we're not making it till like 2 a.m. like we did last year, because it was definitely a little crazy, but I can't wait to see what Fort Collins is looking like. Hopefully rocking up there for sure. And I love Canvas Stadium. I think it's absolutely beautiful. Great place to have a game. Last year's game was won by Colorado in double overtime. Like I said, getting around that like midnight 1 o'clock mark. And they ended up winning 43-35. So now, with 3 of the 4 games already selected for the network television, the Buffs now have 8 games on network television in the Coach Prime era. But now, we'll look ahead, because the NBA Finals are in fact still going on, and Luka Doncic led the Dallas Mavericks to the first NBA Finals of his career with a 124-103 win over the Minnesota Timberwolves last night. That victory ended the Western Conference Finals at 4-1, sending the Mavericks to the finals for the 3rd time in franchise history, where they will face the Boston Celtics. Doncic also won the first MVP award of his NBA career, as he was named the Magic Johnson Western Conference Finals MVP. He dominated the series by averaging 32.4 points, 8.2 assists, and 9.6 rebounds per game against Minnesota. I'm curious now, though, Nuggets Nation, how are you feeling the fact that the T-Wolves technically got gentlemen swept? Not good for the Nuggets. It's not a good look for the Nuggets. Maybe, though, the T-Wolves just put all of their energy towards beating the Nuggets, and they just didn't have enough to overcome Dallas. So I'm curious how you're feeling about that. Please let me know. I don't know how I feel, to be completely honest with you. I'm kind of just sitting around and I'm like, man, that sucks. And it would have been so fun to watch Luka versus Jokic. And we obviously didn't get to see that, but definitely kind of a little bit of a bummer that the T-Wolves got bounced so early on in the Western Conference Finals. Another bummer is everybody has been talking about, of course, the last season of the NBA on TNT, which is my favorite sports program on TV at the moment. But the head of Warner Brothers Discovery says the network is still negotiating with the NBA about renewing its TV rights. CEO David Zaslav said the talks have continued, but also says that WD Sports portfolio is very robust even without the NBA, which, like, I get it. I do like their hockey coverage, so don't get me wrong. Overall, I think that they have the best, like, post-game and pre-game shows for both the NHL and NBA, but like, you gotta keep the NBA. I just feel like it's so coveted, and you have some of the best talent, and it's just so much fun to watch. So hopefully they are able to keep it. Reports have suggested that NBC is poised to steal the NBA package away from TNT in the new rights deal, even though Warner has the matching rights. And Charles Barkley, who co-hosts TNT's Inside the NBA, has said that the morale sucks right now and called the network's brasses clowns. So yeah, that is definitely something. And Charles Barkley never holds back, and we love him for that exact reason right there. Now, speaking of the NHL, the Florida Panthers are within 1 win of the Stanley Cup Final after they defeated the New York Rangers 3-2 in Game 5 of the Eastern Conference Final on Thursday. The Panthers can advance to the Cup for the 2nd straight season with a win in Game 6 of the best-of-7 series on Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Panthers captain Alexander Barkov said, "It was a good battle by us. We showed up and played really well, and happy for the win. Now we just got to recover and think about the next one." Will definitely be interesting to see. Florida has looked really good. I have started catching some highlights, like I've told everybody. I haven't been able to fully dive in. I still think I'm a little heartbroken after the 2 early exits from both the Avs and the Nuggets, but I've been seeing highlights, and the Panthers, in fact, do look really, really good. Last one for you, because of course I always like to have something funny. The recruiting race for Baby Gronk is starting to heat up. Well, have you even heard of Baby Gronk? He is a viral youth football prospect. His real name is Man San Miguel, and he has flip-flopped on his commitments, declaring Wednesday that he was headed to Nebraska after declaring interest in playing for Deion Sanders at Colorado just a few days ago. Now, to be very clear, San Miguel has not actually received a recruiting offer from either team because he's only 10 years old. So he wouldn't even be ready for college football until 2031. So definitely a funny story to end on your Friday. Let's see, reading a few of your comments. Happy Friday, everyone. Rachel, who won the chance to visit the station? Those emails should have gone out if you were selected to win. I know that lunch is going to be coming up here, I believe, relatively soon. So yes, if you got an email, make sure you're definitely looking out for that. It would be coming from Denver Sports. And I believe those winners have been notified. So if you didn't, I'm so sorry, but hopefully we run another contest because we would love to have everybody be able to come in. Let's see. Rachel, you can't smile while talking about someone dying. I'm honestly not smiling because of that. I actually had a few opportunities to talk to Drew Gordon just from behind the scenes and stuff. And I remember actually one story for him after the Nuggets won the NBA Finals. He was down there and he was hugging everybody and giving everybody high fives. And you could just tell he had so many great emotions and feelings, and he cared so deeply for his brother. So this is a tragic passing, if we're going to be completely honest. But I do have really good memories of Drew. Even from just the few conversations that I had from him behind the scenes. He was always, there's like a meeting room. If you've watched any of our In the Sports Office vlogs, then you would see where I usually stand before I go out just 2 minutes before the game is going to end. And a lot of times he was actually back there just hanging out, watching the game. So like I said, I had a few brief conversations with him, and he always had like a huge smile on his face, and he cared so deeply for his brother. So this is such a tragic passing. My heart goes out to Nuggets Nation. My heart goes out to Aaron Gordon, obviously, and his entire family, and then his wife and his 3 kids that he leaves. So definitely a hard one on this Friday morning for sure. Good morning, Rachel. Have a great day. Thank you, Michael, for hanging out with us and spending just a little bit of time. I really do appreciate you guys, like I say, every single day for just spending even 10, 15 minutes with me as we go over everything in the headlines. Also, one that I just remember that we missed is the Chiefs are visiting the White House today. So in case you ever love to see what possibly comes out of those White House visits, the Chiefs are headed down there. So plenty of good stuff for your Friday, but that is going to do it for us over here. Cecil Lammy and I are on coffee break talking about Broncos OTAs, the names that stuck out to us the most, who is winning the quarterback battle right now. So definitely make sure you tune in 12 p.m. Mountain Time, and we will see you guys on Monday for another episode of Denver Sports Daily. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody. Bye.